There is a simple document that plays a powerful role in your Dubai Foundation or trust, but many people overlook it. It's called the Letter of Wishes. In this video, we will cover what a Letter of Wishes is, why it matters, and how it's used in Dubai, and what you should include when creating the Letter of Wishes. You will also learn common mistakes to avoid and how to make sure your wishes are actually followed. Before we start, my name is Shiraz Baid and I'm the founder at LepidusWealth, where we help clients and families protect their assets using a range of tools including trust, foundations, wills, and offshore structures. So if you own a business or real estate, don't wait until a legal or health crisis to start thinking about protecting what you have built. Instead, request your free and customized asset protection plan by clicking the link below. You can then implement it step by step as your journey progresses. Now, coming back to the topic, when you create a trust or foundation in Dubai, whether through DIFC, that is the Dubai International Financial Center, or ADGM, that is the Abu Dhabi Global Market, you appoint a trustee or a foundation council. These are people or corporate bodies who will ultimately administer the structure. But how do they know what you want? And that's where the letter of wishes comes in. The letter of wishes is a private, non binding document that accompanies your foundation or trust. It tells the trustee or council what you would like them to do, how to treat the beneficiaries, and what principles they should follow when managing the assets. It's not a contract and it doesn't override a legal document, but in practice, the trustees takes it very seriously, especially in private wealth and family office structures. In many ways, it acts like a compass, offering direction when the trust deed or foundation charter leaves room for interpretation. Unlike a will, which becomes public and can be challenged, the letter of wishes remains confidential. It's not filed with the registry and it does not go through the court. That gives you a layer of privacy that's particularly useful in cross border families, complex shareholding arrangements, or high profile situations where discretion is key. For entrepreneurs and founders who value control, it's one of the few tools that allows for soft influence without legal exposure. Let's say you have set up a DIFC foundation that holds share in your family business. You might use the letter of wishes to outline how the dividend should be distributed to your children, what role each child should play in the governance of the business, or even which values matter the most in how the assets are used. You can update it over time as your family situation evolves, without needing to restructure the foundation itself. The flexibility makes it especially appealing in situations where succession planning involves both business and personal dynamics. Some clients use it to create incentives. For example, a father may state that his daughter should receive distributions only if she graduates from a particular university or shows active involvement in the business. Others use it to discourage harmful behavior, such as stating that a beneficiary with ongoing substance issues should not receive direct funds. It's an opportunity to align wealth with responsibility and pass on not just assets but values. Now, here is where Dubai stands out. In both DIFC and ADGM, the regulatory framework allows the founder of a foundation or the settler of a trust to maintain a level of influence. Even if they are not formally acting as trustee or council member, the letter of wishes becomes the bridge between their intentions and the ongoing operations of the structure. It brings humanity into what might otherwise be a dry legal instrument. That combination, the robust legal infrastructure with room for personal guidance, is part of what makes Dubai so attractive for international wealth planning. Of course, it's not without risk. Because it's not binding, there is no legal obligation to follow it. That's why the language needs to be carefully chosen and it should be suggestive, not instructive. If it sounds like a command, it could be interpreted as an attempt to control the structure, which could undermine its independence or trigger unwanted tax consequences in certain jurisdictions. This is particularly important if the structure has beneficiaries in high tax countries or where tax authorities look closely at effective control. There is also risk of vagueness. Phrases like treat all beneficiaries fairly sounds noble but can create confusion when applied to real life decisions. Fair doesn't always mean equal, especially when children have different needs, lifestyles, or relationships with the family business. A well drafted letter of wishes acknowledges these small differences. Clarity is essential not just in wording, but in anticipating how the letter will be interpreted when you're no longer around to clarify. You should also revisit the letter regularly. It's not a set and forget document. Families evolve, relationship shifts, and business expands or collapse. An outdated letter of wishes can be worse than none at all. It can create false expectations or put trustee in an impossible situation. Some families choose to revise annually during their financial reviews, while others revisit it during the key life events such as marriage, birth, or sale of major assets. Clients often ask that can we include multiple versions or even a video explanation. Yes, and in fact, that's becoming more common. A personal video message or handwritten note can add warmth and clarity, especially in emotionally charged situations. But it should never replace a formal letter. Use it to supplement, not to substitute. It's important that all materials, written or visual, carry the same tone and reinforce the same values. There is also the matter of consistency. Your letter of wishes should not contradict your will, shareholder arrangements, or any tax planning structures. That's why it should always be drafted with your legal and tax advisors involved, not separately or in isolation. In international families, this is especially important. A single conflicting statement can undermine years of careful planning. In our work with Dubai based families, we have seen the letter of wishes serve as a quite cornerstone of legacy planning. It is where the intent becomes expressions and where law meets life. While the legal documents lays the foundation, this letter often provides the guidance that trustees truly rely on when things get complicated. It may not carry legal weight, but it often carries emotional authority. So if you're setting up a trust or a foundation in Dubai, don't treat the letter of wishes as an afterthought. Give it care and clarity it deserves. The most robust structures still need a human touch, and this document is where your voice can still be heard long after you're gone.
As I mentioned earlier, if you own a business or real estate, don't wait for legal or health crisis to start thinking about protecting your wealth. Many people think asset protection is only for ultra wealthy. But the reality is that some of these solutions cost as much as setting up a free zone company in Dubai. If you want to secure what you have built and ensure your legacy, you can request your free and customized asset protection plan by clicking the link in the description below. And if you're serious about building long term financial security, you should really check out my next video right here.